Well, I think President Clinton makes a really important point. And the way pools work, any pool, is essentially those of us who are healthy subsidize somebody who's sick at any given time. We do that because we anticipate, well, at some point we'll get sick, and we hope the healthy person is in our pool, and so those costs and those risks get spread. That's what insurance is all about. And what happens is if you don't have pools that are a cross-section of society, then people who are already sick or more likely to get sick, they'll all rush out and buy insurance. People who are healthy, they say, you know what, I won't bother. And you get what's called adverse selection. Essentially what happens is that the premiums start going higher and higher because the risks aren't spread broadly enough across the population. So you want to get a good cross-section in every pool. That's why big companies have an easier time getting good rates for their employees than small companies. Because if you only have 5 employees, one person is stricken with breast cancer, let's say, your rates potentially shoot up. But if it's 1,000 employees, then it gets spread out. So on October 1st, open enrollment begins. All these folks can start signing up for the marketplace. And what we want to make sure of is that everybody in every category, every age group, understands why health insurance is important, understands why they should sign up, understands the choices that are going to be available to them. They're going to be able to go to a computer, tap on the web page, and they're going to be able to shop just like you shop for an airline ticket or a flat screen TV, and see what's the best price for you, what's the plan that's best suited for you, and go ahead and sign up right there and then. And that open enrollment period will last from October 1st until the end of March. And so there will be 6 months for folks to sign up. Normally this would be pretty straightforward. A lot of people don't have health insurance. A lot of people realize they should get health insurance. But let's face it, it's been a little political, this whole Obamacare thing. And so what you've had is an unprecedented effort that you've seen ramp up over the last month or so, in which those who have opposed the idea of universal health care in the first place and have fought this thing tooth and nail through Congress and through the courts and so forth, have been trying to scare and discourage people from getting a good deal. And some of you may have seen some of the commercials out there that are a little wacky. And the main message we have, and we're using social media, we're talking to churches, we're talking to various civic groups, and what we're saying to people is, look, just go to the website yourself. Go to healthcare.gov, take a look at whether this is a good deal or not. Make your own decision about whether this is good for you. Because what we are confident about is that when people look and see that they can get high-quality, affordable health care for less than their cell phone bill, they're going to sign up. They are going to sign up. And part of what I think the resistance that we've seen ramp up, particularly over the last couple of months, is all about is the opponents of health care reform know they're going to sign up. In fact, one of the major opponents, when asked, well, why is it that you'd potentially shut down the government at this point just to block Obamacare, he basically fessed up. He said, well, once consumers get hooked on having health insurance and subsidies, then they won't want to give it up. I mean, you can look at the transcript. This is one of the major opponents of health care reform. It is an odd logic. Essentially, they're saying people will like this thing too much, and then it will be really hard to roll back. So it is very important that people just know what's out there, what's available to them, and let people make up their own minds as to whether it makes sense or not. Now, one last thing I want to say, because I do think sometimes people come up to me and they say, well, if this is such a good deal, how come the polls show that it's not popular? One of the things you and I both know is that when you come to health care, there's no more personal and intimate decision for people. I mean, this is something that people really care about. And frankly, the devil you know is always better than the devil you don't know. And that's what Harry and Louise was all about back in the 90s, right? It was scaring people with the prospect of change. And so part of our goal here is just to make sure people have good information. And there's been billions of dollars spent making people scared and worried about this stuff. And rather than try to disabuse people of every single bit of misinformation that's been out there, what we're saying is just look for yourself. Take a look at it, and you will discover that this is a good deal for you.